guys for tuning in to this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down below.
Show us all the love. We need that.
Please. And if you have any questions, comment below, or you can find all of our handles for our social media
and
down
if you
below.
have any questions for the Ask That Shit segment, please email us or DM us on our Instagram. All of our information will be down below in the description box. Follow us and see what we got going on. Yeah, that's better, Brittany. Wherever you just looked just now.
Here?
No. Oh my God. Okay, whenever you're ready, Brittany, we're on your cue.
Just tell me where to look.
Get it together. You can't get right, baby.
Hi guys, I'm B.Marie.
Hey, I'm Ebonie Lee with all the tea.
And I'm Gabby.
And we are
three girls
and a
dream.
Let's hop into the...
Oh, let's take a shot. Take a shot. Take an EMF shot. If you can't take a shot like some can, then some. We should make up our own shot song.
Yeah.
Oh. Shot. Shots with three girls. I should have been on Broadway.
Oh, you want to go first?
I decided to switch it up.
What's that? The lime coconut. Ugh.
Right.
Seriously?
Put the lime in the coconut and
I should not have listened to Brittany. I said maybe I should switch it up and get something different. She was like, no, don't get it. But you know it might taste good, so she should get it.
Oh, Brittany convinced you to get coconut.
All right, we finna see. I do got a double shot over here.
Well, you definitely know what it tastes like.
What was I thinking? What you got, B.Marie?
The same as always. Jack Honey.
You know, be sipping on that Jack Honey for about 3 months from now. That was a big bottle.
It's a big bottle.
Okay, Gabby, what you got?
So I got me. First of all, my shot glass is shaped like a heart. Can y'all see that?
I can't. It's cute. And it's pink and green.
Cute.
And it's pink and green. Yay. And I have the Casamigo. Amigo.
Didn't she sound like she was on a Dior commercial?
Yes.
Dior.
Casamigo. Sponsor me.
Oh, okay. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Oh. So that's actually really good, and it goes down a lot smoother.
Word.
Than the silver.
That's great.
And I like how it got the little. I don't even care for coconut too much, but I got food with it.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this life check. We're gonna take some time and check on each other and just see how we're doing. So who wants to go first?
This week, I mean, it's been fine. I went to the dentist on Monday and wasted my time. So story time, really quick. So guys, I've been having this really, really weird thing happening to me on this side of my mouth and face. So when I stand up, I have a shooting pain from this area that goes up the side of my face. So I know I had some cavities that I need to get taken care of. So I was like, let me go to the dentist, see if that's what's going on. Maybe he can just go ahead and take care of that. Goes to the dentist, they do an x-ray, he play around in my mouth, and he's like, I don't see anything that will cause that kind of pain. He was like, yeah, you do have a cavity on that side, but it's really small. So he was like, I doubt that's what's causing your issue. He was like, we can get it filled and see if that helps any. And if not, it may be nerve issues where you're gonna have to go to see an actual doctor and get like a MRI. So it went from something that I thought was like, oh, I need to get my teeth fixed to, oh my God, is my jaw going to fall off? Like, why do I need an MRI? What is this nerve damage? Like, what is that?
Why is it when you stand up though?
I don't know.
That's the only time you feel it.
He's like, that's, or like when I'm
the blood
cold
rushing.
air. Yeah, that's what I assume, like blood rushing, so it's causing more like issues. That's what I assumed the issue was. And then when I like consume like cold air, I can feel it as well. And then when I was at the dentist, when he was like pushing around on my gum line, I could feel the pain. It just wasn't shooting up the side of my face. So I don't know. So I gotta go get that taken care of, and we'll see from there. But yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
So it's not like
take care of your teeth.
It's just the motion of standing up, not just while you're just standing around.
No. Like if I'm sitting down and I stand up, I'm going to feel the pain, and it's like it's really like painful. Like it's like, and then I have to like get my life together so I can do whatever I got up to do at the dentist.
Why?
That was my week.
Why you say you wasted your time?
Because I thought I was gonna go to the dentist because this is how they picture you.
That's not wasting your time.
Listen. The girl was like, "Oh, because when I called to make an appointment, I was like, I'm in pain." She was like, "Oh, well, since you're in pain and I'm technically a new patient," she was like, "We're gonna skip the whole cleaning and exam portion and get you in and do an exam so that we can stop your pain. Mm-hmm. We want to treat your pain." And I go there, and you didn't stop my pain. I don't know.
Well, I hope you feel better.
I wasted my time.
Just take some ibuprofen. B.Marie, what's going on?
Same as usual. Nothing. Oh, no, we're over here stimmy happy.
Whoa,
so that's a good thing.
Oh, y'all got money. Y'all got money.
I had a fiasco, which I already told you guys about, but to reiterate, I was so sad because I bought some shoes and 4 pairs and none of them fit.
I'd be hot.
Now,
two of them I cannot exchange because I'm sitting here like, let me just return them and get my little shipping label. And 2 was just like, no, final sale. I'm just like,
what size are they?
7, which is my size. They're too small. Like my heel is like hanging off by the. I'm just like,
sell them.
I just want to say that sell them.
So I'm gonna let go,
and then rebuy them.
Oh, I was gonna say
Facebook Market.
Poshmark.
I mean, that was the highlight because y'all. I mean, when I'm working, I'm sitting in front of the window and I'm just working, and I saw the UPS truck drive up, and I'm just like, I know it's my shoes. Oh my god! So I ran to the door. Like he barely had the box set down when I already was opening the door. Like, hey, thank you. I'm ripping open the box. I'm like, okay, let me take a little 15-minute break, and I'm like trying them on. So first shoe, I was just like, oh, second shoe. What? Third pair? I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, really? 4th pair. So I was just over it. I was, it's those moments where you can just really get to a high, and then just like that, you drop right back down. Like it never even happened. So I was really sad, but whatever. I mean, that's the highlight of my week so far. Like nothing really has been going on, just working and, sitting here waiting on the stimmy. It's showed itself, stimulated my account. So great. Everything, all is well in the Hightower Stevens household. Ebonie Lee.
Me? It's my turn.
I thought she waited to be queued up.
Huh?
I was like, are you waiting to be queued up?
Yeah. So, my Monday starts on Sunday. So I've been very productive this week. I've been working out, been on top of my schoolwork this week. Like I need to finish this presentation, but I've been very productive. I wasn't feeling really well. Like I feel like my energy dropped on Tuesday. Like I slept all day. I don't know what it was. I feel like I was a little dehydrated too, because once I got up that night, I just started drinking a whole bunch of water, and I started feeling better. So I think I was just dehydrated. I don't think I was drinking enough water too. But you know, you gotta stay on it. I definitely went downstairs and finally got the case of water out the car. And who got time to be bringing it upstairs? Like,
take a couple as you need.
It's heavy, but you know what? The day that I was working out a lot, making sure I got my steps in, that's the day I went and got the water. So I was like, oh yeah, this is a workout. Like, let me take it up the stairs and get these legs going. But yeah, I feel great now. Looking great, glowing, skin glowing, looking amazing. So life's good over here. I haven't been stimulated yet, but I'm waiting on it. All that's going on with Ebonie Lee. Let's jump into the tea. All right, guys. So jumping right into this tea. Y'all boy trending again.
Tremaine.
So word on the curb. He was filmed again. This time, you know, he was caught. Oh, it almost puked in my. Ooh. He was caught spitting in some girls' mouths, and they was just like, spit in my mouth, Trey, spit in my mouth. And he did it, and they loved it. And I was like, well, whatever's for you, boo, is whatever's for you. But baby, I don't care if it's Trey, Kong, Dong along, you not spitting in my mouth. I just was a little taken back. Like, he really out here looking like a freak in these sheets. So what y'all think about it?
What did he tell y'all? You gonna think I invented sex? Oh.
Did you really?
That was
my thoughts on it is, you know, I do not kink shame. So I'm not going to shame him for doing it or them for enjoying it. But for me, it's a no. It's a no. Okay, so let me take it back. If I am dealing with someone, they like, I want you to spit in my mouth. If they get me on the right night with the right libations,
with the right hit about a Hennessy,
you know, I will, you know, I will give them what they want to receive. But
I feel like that's with anybody. If you've been with somebody for a long extended time, like you're gonna try something.
You're not spitting in my mouth. I am a texture person. Like, I am very particular about what's going on in there. If it don't feel right, taste right, we're gonna have a problem. So you gonna spit and I'm gonna regurgitate.
I agree with you, Gabby. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, shame anybody or talk down or be judgmental in that aspect. You like what you like. I said this before, like, if it's something that's consensual and not illegal, then do you?
I'm about to say that. I'm like, what if it tastes like oysters? It's an aphrodisiac. I don't want no parts. Now well, that's that on that. So I think all of us Gworlz can agree that we ain't with it. But if y'all like it, big ups to you, boo. That's a nice story to tell when you get older.
The fuck?
You know, I was wild out here in these streets. I let Trey Songz spit in my mouth. You know what I'm
saying? Okay, now that you put it like that, like, oh, grandma, you had a real hot girl summer.
I used to be a hot girl for hot girl. I let Trey Songz spit in my mouth. That's how hot I was. Next, we have Kirk Franklin. Stomp.
Melody.
Make me clap my hands. Make me wanna dance.
Hey.
So y'all, his son released an audio of, you know, him and Kirk Franklin going back and forth. Okay. This sent the internet into a frenzy. So, you know, everybody's initial reaction was hilarious because everybody was surprisingly taking up for him. You know, typically with Christian artists, they tend to go in very quickly and hard, but everybody had Kirk back. They were just like, I mean, it just sounded like a parent who's fed up, like, basically. So word on the curb is the son is 33 and they were actually getting help, like with therapy, because it just seemed like he's the type of son who was brought up, wealthy, didn't have to really, work for anything, and he just seems to be very entitled because he's 33 and he's still living in their house and just thinking he can talk to them, disrespect them in any kind of way. So Kirk said in the audio, what you'll hear, like he said, since you didn't want to take it with me, just explaining to you in a normal way, I'm gonna come at you this way and maybe you'll figure it out. And sometimes certain children, even though you're grown, need that. Like, you being nice, so nice after a certain time, they don't get it, they don't appreciate it, and you gotta turn up.
And see, it's not even about him being his child at that point, because now you're an adult. And I ain't
exactly, and that's my argument. A lot of people are saying that he should not, because in the voice message, she did call him a bitch ass nigga. Well, I think just a bitch ass.
Just a bitch ass.
I added a word.
Oh, I had the word.
It felt like it went though. It felt like it went.
Right. But he ended up calling him a bitch ass or whatever. And in the video, his son was provoking him. But everybody's like, well, he shouldn't have talked to him like that. That's trauma to your children. I'm like, to a child.
He is grown. Okay. I really thought this was a teenager that was, rebelling and saying something. When I found out he was 33, are you serious? Like, you are a whole adult. You're the same age as me.
So also, the sister ended up chiming in and saying, look, we didn't have issues with him, for dating back years now. She was like, he's blocked on almost every family member's phone. So I'm just like, at this point, it is you, sir. You are the problem.
He was being disrespectful, basically. And now, let me back up here. Although I do not like that he called him a bitch ass, I just feel like, even though he's grown, I just feel like as a parent, hurtful language is hurtful no matter what age you are. Like, if my daddy or my mama was to call me a bitch ass right now, it's going to hurt my feelings. Like, I'm going to feel some type of way about it. I feel like it's hurtful because even if you think about some things that may have happened in your childhood that wasn't that bad, but it may have still negatively affected you. So,
right. But that's the thing. That makes the circumstance different. Like with your scenario, Gabby, you're saying like if one of your parents said that to you, did you say something to disrespect them to get them to call you that, or do they just call you that because they were upset about something? So the nature of why he said it plays a part into it too, I think, because if his son is sitting over here saying things and being purposefully disrespectful to him, and then you get that backlash, that's different from just getting the backlash and you wasn't even disrespecting.
I think it was a parent. Like grown, I think it was more of like I'm talking to you, man to man. Man
to man. That's what I was getting at. That's why I said you were no longer talking. You were no longer talking to your child. At this point, you're coming at me crazy. I'm talking to you, man to man.
But yes, so Kirk Franklin ended up, of course, coming out with an apology. What I really wouldn't say. Well, it was an apology.
It was.
Came out with a statement, just basically saying, "Look, me and my son, we've been going through this for years. We've been trying to get it together. We seeking therapy." Yada, yada, yada. Basically, what you didn't see is that when we were speaking, we were on the phone with the therapist and everything prior to me snapping. He was like, after you've been disrespected a little too many times, everybody gets to their breaking point. Basically, like, I'm human.
He's human. That's basically.
And I feel like that apology was so unnecessary. Like,
I wouldn't have said nothing.
I feel like maybe his
no comment.
Like, you need to apologize or you need to release something. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it was so unnecessary.
Well, I just send out prayers for Kirk and his family because that was a whole lot, but that was some good.
Okay,
the tea was hot. So moving right along, we are going to talk about the Grammys. That's where do we start? Let's just go ahead. Because my girl broke records with her family, because that's why we love them. They like our first family. So Beyonce broke record. Well, I think 28 Grammy Awards. Yes. She is the most awarded female artist ever to win as many awards as she's won. She's the top tier. Who getting 28 Grammys in this lifetime, huh? I was outdone. I said she didn't even know. it was a meme going around like, this is when Beyonce, at this moment, Beyonce realized she was Beyonce. I was dead. But yes, I think her and Meg's combo song, what was that, Savage, was what put her at that. So breaking records, period.
Yes.
And then Blue Ivy, second youngest artist to win a Grammy. Baby girl, she already got, look, she sent B and J up there to give, it's like, go get my Grammy and stop playing. Go get my Grammy. They like, that's the only reason why they're here. So they snuck in there, y'all. Because they won't seen on the red carpet. They won't seen nowhere. 3 hours later, they spotted, just chilling. Like they been here. Like y'all just got here. Also, Meg the Stallion won 3 Grammys. Her first time at the Grammys. First time being nominated. All that stuff. I was just like, get it. But you know what? Everything attached to Jay-Z and Beyonce is bound to be greatness.
Also point out that Taylor Swift, she also broke a record. I did see she is the first female to win Best Album of the Year 3 times.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she also I read that article today. Actually, I was like, oh, I didn't know. I know this year, 2010 and 2006. I think. Or 2016, maybe. So she won 3 times. She's the first female artist to win 3 Album of the Year for 3 years. So I'm just like, okay, because she's doing her thing. Yeah, she's doing right.
Let's go ahead and jump into the performances. That was the highlight, because this whole thing was really social distancing, so a lot of people weren't there. It wasn't really much to look at, but the performances were very over the top and theatrical and worth looking at. So first was Cardi B. She did her solo performance where she performed Big Band, Bustin' Out That Bentley Band, Sega Band, Up. And I'm gonna be honest, her energy just seemed very, very low during the performance. I hope we get into it, girl. I hope we get into it because I got. So word on the curve is that the costume itself was 18 pounds. So they were like, it could have been that, that it was just too heavy. That's why she probably was just moving uncomfortably, blah, blah, blah. But I just felt like you knew it weighed this much during dress rehearsal, yada, yada, yada. But everyone else is saying, oh, she's moving a little, skeptical because she's pregnant. So that's what's going on. People feel like she's pregnant. She even released a little statement after the Grammys, like, I wish I could post this, because she had like a rehearsal where she had, I guess, more energy or something, and she just basically kind of was explaining herself like, well, I will be able to let you know in due time. It's been a lot going on. My energy was low, yada, yada, yada. So she kind of admitted that her energy wasn't at the highest, because we're used to Cardi being in your face when it comes to these performances, and she was moving a little stiffer than normal, and I was just like, baby girl, okay? She looked tired.
I was like,
definitely. I like the overall. I liked
the
performance,
the animation and everything.
The theatrics of it, but it's like looking at her, I was just like, don't let your dancers outdance you.
And they did. My thing, so I did think about the pregnant thing. I was like, what is going on? Is she pregnant? Like,
I didn't even think about that.
I was like, did she not go to rehearsal? Like,
no, she was there because she put the whole performance together.
Honey, I was just trying to figure it out, because I was like, this ain't giving what it's
supposed to give. A certain angle, she did look like she had a little pudge.
She did.
So I was like,
she did, and her thighs look thicker. Like her
thighs do look.
Her thighs,
because that bottom half was moving a little slow.
The peacock spread some.
Yeah.
That bottom half of that body was moving a little. Meg came out and she kind of like helped her out.
She did.
She brought the energy. She brought them bionic knees. Like she came, she's came to serve. And she did just that. I did like the little bedroom, the bed part where they were dancing on the bed and stuff. And she flipped Cardi ass off. Meg also had a solo performance. And she was given very much 1920s, roaring 20s. Like, who knew Body would sound so good jazzed up. Like, who knew we needed that? I didn't know we needed it, but it was good.
A sample in that song that they were like, yeah, this would. It may be a jazz sample.
I felt like her performance was very good. She was very crisp with her moves. I mean, she was rapping. I don't want to say lip syncing, but lip rapping. And
I could tell. I mean, she was nailed on, but I'm like, there's no way you're jumping around and not sounding out of breath at some point. Like, you're sounding perfect and you're doing a jumping jack. So
did like her looks and everything. She definitely served body yaddy, face too, hair was laid. She looked great. Everything looked great on her performance. So the next performance that I saw, Taylor Swift.
That budget was different.
It's actually on Vivo.
Yeah, that's where I watched it, on Vivo. I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Taylor. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm just not really a fan. So I did watch the performance and I was just like, I'm asleep. Like,
you didn't like her performance?
I did. It was very theatrical. It's nice to look at. Like, everybody else's performance is nice to look at, but I was just like, no, I didn't really care for the song.
Was really not a fan of the song, but I haven't listened to Taylor Swift in years. Since
me neither.
Some ringing for yeah, that was song. Marry Me, Juliet. Yeah,
that was my favorite.
That old.
Yeah, that old. Old.
The last Taylor song I remember bopping to was the one where Todrick Hall was in the video with her.
You know, they're like best friends now. But I think that's cool how you just snatched up a best friend.
I actually fell in love with her performance. I feel like it was just so whimsical. I'm like,
I gotta go back and watch it. Now I feel bad. I didn't see it.
Where is this damn under the ground treehouse coming from? The grass all over the
house. It was very like theatrical. That's why I was like, it was nice to look at, because I was just like, wow, all this is on a stage.
Exactly. I was like,
and it's like, what do they see? Because when we're watching at home, of course they put it on the TV better, so it looks like, I know they're not looking at that on stage. So are they watching it?
They probably are, though. You know, they have different screens.
Yeah, they build those sets.
Right.
So when we were looking at her face posting, they probably were on the screen too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good job, Taylor. And great job on getting those Grammys. Now, so another performance I wanted to talk about was Doja Cat. Now, Miss Mama, she don't perform. And I just want to say her mic was on the entire time. So her breath control, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Moves on point. She never skips a beat. And she will perform, say so 1,000 times, 50 million different ways. So she was snubbed too. But we already know what it is. But she did amazing in her performance. I am anxious to hear this new album she got coming out. It's called Planet Her or something like that. So that's why she was all robotic and that's why she was doing all that on stage. Because it's supposed to be, you know, futuristic type vibe for that new album coming out. So I'm interested to see how it is. Because I'm gonna be honest, I do like Doja, even though when I first started liking her, then, you know, she came out with some old crazy stuff that she was involved in. But I mean, we can overlook a lot of other people in the industry. I feel like we can just overlook her too and just, you know, enjoy the entertainment that she gives.
Her.
So I enjoyed her performance. Right. Bruno Mars is in a new group called Silk Sonic with Anderson .Paak. And honestly, I feel like Anderson compliments Bruno's voice very well. And I actually like their performance in their song. Because Bruno gonna sing down. Bruno gonna give you what you came to get. And I enjoyed it. I love me some Bruno. He can sing to me any day, night, wherever. Just come serenade me.
I do really like him.
Thing. Huh?
I said I do really, really like him.
Oh yeah.
He can serenade me any day. And I just he's just so adorable. But I do like Anderson's voice too. So he has a nice raspy, soulful, but it goes right with their, it just makes sense. that was a good choice. So I'm interested to see in the future what they make together.
I don't feel like the group formation was necessary, but I like it. Like, some people sometimes they form a group because their careers are not careers individually, and I feel like both of them had really strong careers. It's more so of a Bruno
and they like, let's make some buku money together.
They could have just made an album. Like, they could have did a future Drake thing and just made an album together, like a whole group. But
they are coming out as a group though, so I think they are more than one project.
So yeah, it should be nice. Let's see.
Tiffany Haddish, she won best comedic album, and that has not, a Black woman hasn't won that award for about 50 years since Whoopi Goldberg. So she was actually overwhelmed and started crying on set when she found out about it. So
I watched that last night.
Here for it.
I was like, what's happening? I don't know. And I've always been a Tiffany Haddish fan, but sometimes I put her in just that comedy bracket and I don't give her a chance to be anything but comedy. Mm-hmm. But seeing her have that natural reaction on set of her show, it was changing for me, as in how I look at her now. I'm just like, oh wait, I already liked you, respected you for what you do, but it's a lot.
She's very humble.
Now. It's definitely different now. Like, she really hones in on where she came from and what she went through to get where she is, and it's like she's expressing same thoughts that everyday people go through. Like, am I good enough? Like, I just really, really tried it and said, let me just do this. Let me just go for it.
What? Thank you, Ebonie Lee, for that hot and steamy tea. Now it's time for
Ask That Shit.
All right, so let's get into the sugar honey iced tea. And on this segment, we just answer questions that we want to answer, basically. So first question. Is it okay to be cordial with an ex while in a new relationship?
What is the definition of cordial? Because cordial to me is if I see you out and about, I can say hi, how you doing, and keep it moving. But if we doing some extra communication, I feel like that's unnecessary.
Her.
Yeah, to me, I feel like it what is the nature of the cordialship? So, hey, how you doing? All right, you still alive? Okay, cool. That to me is okay. But I mean, I guess it depends on what boundaries and what things you relationship. I don't think this is a tough one because this is things that I talk about in my relationship. It really does depend on what's being said. I don't think there's an issue with speaking to someone that you used to deal with on that level, as long as you're not crossing the line and being disrespectful to your current relationship. It's just being respectful.
Part B to that question. What if your partner doesn't want you to have any communication with your ex?
I feel like that's a bit much. So you want me to say like I should just act like this person doesn't exist if we just happen to run into each other out in public? Like, to me, that's a bit controlling. That's a bit insecure. And I feel like if we have a type of relationship where we do have trust and things like that, you should trust that I ain't gonna be on no disrespectful type, while we out. I'm gonna just be like, oh, well, this is my ex, hey, how you doing? This is my new boo. We in love.
Right. It's about being secure in your relationship. And
exactly.
If someone feels that way, like, what are you not doing right to make them feel secure in your relationship? Are you lacking somewhere that's got them feeling like, I keep an eye on you, I don't want you talking to nobody? Like, no, I'm never going to tell you that you can't be friends. Like, people legit can be friends with an ex. Like, I don't look at you like that no more.
I am cool with me being cordial with an ex, my boyfriend or significant other being cordial with an ex. If you see this person out and about, speak. I have no problem with that. Like, say hello. As far as y'all being cool and friends, if that was established before I came into the picture, I can't say nothing about that. Like, I've dated a guy who was legit friends with one of his exes. Like, homegirl used to be at the house when they used to have house parties. I had no problem with that. That friendship was established before I was even a thought.
Right.
But we ain't making no new friends after me.
I agree.
So we discuss boundaries just quickly. How do you set boundaries with loved ones? Whoever wants to dive in.
Well, being that I just recently learned some things about boundaries, I'm in the works of redoing how I set boundaries. Because a lot of times I've relied on people to, if I set a boundary, you better respect that. But now I'm learning it's like, nah, if you're not doing what I set, then I need to remove myself from the situation. So it's really just about recognition in the first front. Like, you can't, if you're going to set a boundary, you have to recognize what it is that you're setting. What don't you like? What about this do you need changed? And then it's going to be about, if someone does cross that boundary, because they can cross it if they want to, are you going to just sit there and take it? Or are you going to have some consequences? Like, I told you X, Y, and Z. Now that I see that it's not up to you to not cross that boundary, since you crossed it, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit there and be like, well, I told you not to cross that boundary and you did. I'm really mad at you. And now it's over. So all you're doing is letting that person know that I can do this and they're not going to, there's no consequence. You're teaching people how to treat you. So,
that was a word. That was a word that came through just now. I don't even know if you know.
B.Marie preaching tonight. She preaching tonight.
Whenever you do this, I'm going to address it and I'll tell you how either you can correct it and just kind of leave it at that. But I'm a 3-strike girl. After the third time it happens, it's a wrap for me. Whatever that thing was, it's kind of a wrap for me. Whether that's ending the relationship, demoting the relationship, whatever it is, it's a wrap for me. I'm a 3-strike girl.
What do you think, Ebonie?
I haven't really had to set any boundaries with family members because we're pretty kind of open when it comes to being vocal about what bothers us. But I need to work on boundaries when it comes to non-family members. But I think I've been doing pretty good because I set some boundaries and I've been sticking to them because, I'm a person who can, I'm very loving. I'm very caring. So sometimes I feel the need to reach out and check on an individual, but I'm just like, I have to sit back and just be like, this individual did you wrong.
She don't love me. She never checked on me.
Why? It's like every show, she always coming for me like, that baby wants some attention. Setting boundaries with people who like mean they don't mean you harm, but they ain't good for you.
They don't mean you no good either.
Right. So it's just like certain people you just gotta let go and just like really detach yourself from. And I've been working very hard on that because like I do be having like slip ups like, oh, I'm lonely. Let me text so and so and see how they're doing. But now I'm just like, I got my child to worry about. I'm a damn good mother. And I'm just been putting all my focus into my school. And this thing with us with YouTube and just I'm a damn good mother.
Okay.
That's my focus.
So tying right into this. If you tell somebody how to love you and they refuse to still love you in that manner or do the exact opposite of that, they don't mean you any good.
Any good.
How do you handle a toxic friendship?
Don't ask me because I'll block your ass.
Well,
I ain't grown that good yet. I'm still a work in progress.
I'm not the blocking type. I don't block people. I feel like I've only had one toxic friendship in my life, and I don't even know if it was toxic. What's it? What type of toxic?
Necessarily even toxic. It is toxic for them, but energy transfers. So I don't like to be around someone and everything is negative. And I know why I put myself or how I get into those situations, because I am that friend that you can talk to that's never going to judge you. So I feel like it's easier for people just to talk to me and just allow all their crap to spill into my lap, because they know I will listen. I'm going to provide. I try to be as neutral as I can, and when I provide advice or whatever to the situation, and I'm not going to judge you for nothing. Like if I would tell you like, oh, maybe if you try this, or maybe if you would have did this that way, but there's never a judgment. So I find it difficult when I'm with somebody who always has something bad going on in their life, and that's all we ever talk about. It's like,
and that's where you set the boundary.
Opinion.
Them the kind of friends you just be like, word, that's crazy.
But it's like, if we go out and we having fun, or if a fun environment that we can have, then let's not find a problem with every fucking thing.
But there are people who just
there are people that are just that
being an issue about something. And
So,
those people you just have to kind of separate yourself from and love them from a distance, because they just want to be miserable.
What's the last question? Y'all didn't really help me. Help me.
I'm the wrong friend. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't there yet. You get blocked. Blocked. Oh,
How did you
want
handle your one toxic friendship?
Huh?
Brittany said she had one toxic friendship. I wonder how she handled it.
Oh, I just slowly
backed away.
Stopped talking. Yeah.
She don't like.
She was like a.
Oh yeah, that is right.
She was like,
she like that little meme that kind of disappear into the bushes.
That's exactly what she did.
I Homer Simpsoned her.
Well, thank you guys for your input on how to handle toxic friends. Well, that has been Ask
That Shit.
Period.
Well, you guys, that was all for 3 Gworlz in a Dream. Our little take on what's life and what's going on in the Grammy Awards. We are so happy that you guys join us on this episode.
3 Gworlz in a Dream. See you next time.
Man.
Rain down on me.
Rain down on me.
Take me in. Close. Yay. Rain down on me. Rain down on me.